Okay, so I've been in your exact position before, struggling to book appointments, nothing seems to be working, you're sending DMs, you're cold calling, you're emailing, and it's not working. But don't worry, because I've been there, so I know how to get over that hurdle, and it's not complicated. You've got to understand that you're not building a rocket ship, you're simply getting another human to agree to just get on a call with you. It's so simple, but for some reason beginners overcomplicate everything. But nonetheless, right, 3 steps that are going to solve this problem once and for all. So after you watch this video, I mean, you have to be like a bot if you can't book appointments after watching this. Like, I'm not even joking, because I'm going to tell you how I booked 2,000 sales appointments, and these are my biggest takeaways. So I've done the hard work for you, and let's just dive straight into this. This would have saved me 6 months if I had this. So first of all, right, we need to understand this one thing. You right here are at this top of the funnel, right? So you're probably sending DMs, emailing, doing some sort of cold outbound, right? And that's fine, right? But what you've got to understand is that you're missing this part of the funnel where you don't have the same content assets you can leverage that I do. Every single time I get on an appointment, the prospect has watched about 10 hours of my content. So they already know, like, and trust me, think of me as an expert, and they almost look up to me like I'm some type of god, right? And you don't have that, which is fine, because you just need to understand this, because you send a DM and then that DM immediately goes to an appointment, or you do some type of calling or emailing, right? And it goes to an appointment. But the problem is we miss out this part, meaning that the prospect, even if you do book appointments, they won't like, know, and trust you. So what that means is it's going to result in a really long sales cycle. So it may take 1, 2, 3, or even 4 calls before the client actually pulls out their credit card and hands you money. So 90% of beginners don't have the same middle of the funnel. So that just means the sales cycle is going to be longer. But what if I told you there's a way to not only go from straight top to the bottom of the funnel, but also when you actually get the appointment, it's going to be so easy to get them to give you money, basically. So this is, essentially a formula that I've cooked up. And if you can't book meetings after actually watching this and implementing it, then there's probably something wrong with you. I'm not even joking. So let's talk about step 1, right? This is a free LTO. So LTO stands for limited time offer, and I'm going to break this down right now. So this is something that would have changed the game for me when I started, right? So hypothetically, let's just say you sell AI solutions. So you have the mechanisms, which is, let's just say this is your offer. So a DBR, database reactivation using GoHighLevel, where you send emails, SMS to warm leads for your clients so they can instantly get a return on investment. Let's say you offer a free lead magnet. Let's say you offer inbound AI setting, right? This is an example of a good offer because it is inimitable, it's hard to replicate, there's more parts to it, meaning that there's less competition, easier for you to get clients, right? You probably understand that, and you probably understand that this equates to a 1-sentence offer, and this is what we actually pitch the client, right? So this is very basic. However, what they don't tell you is that you can take one element of your offer and make it as a limited time offer as a free lead magnet, because people talk about free lead magnets for content all the time, right? Like, I could say, message me on Instagram for this whiteboard, and then that is a lead magnet. You'll message me, I'll start a conversation, my setter will book you in for an appointment, and then you give me money, basically. You know about that, but you probably haven't done this for outbound. And I tried to book appointments for the first 6 months when I started, and the reason I couldn't book appointments was because I was trying to get them on an appointment to sell a high ticket thing. I wanted quick, fast money, and that is not the way to go about it. You have to delay gratification for about 1 week, right? You offer them one element of your offer. So let's just say you offer them so all of these services, right? Let's just say you take the comment automation bot using ManyChat or GoHighLevel. So you can copy and paste the snapshot into this free prospect business, and then just change the prompting. It should take 30 minutes max. And then that is what we are pitching when we reach out to clients or prospects. So it would look something like this, right? With the correct messaging, it would say, perfect, if I could set up a bot for free that can respond to all your comments to start flooding your calendar with appointments, would this be helpful? PS or brackets, it's completely free. So I can tell you firsthand that humans love free things. Like, if I go onto my channel, most popular, look at this, 119,000 views, 73,000 views. What do they have in common? Free in the title. People love free stuff. You not including free stuff in your outbound and inbound is costing you thousands of dollars. So all the positive leads right, that you get interested from this limited time offer that's free, you essentially just schedule in for an appointment. You say something like, are you free later this week so I can tell you more about your business to give you solid answers for the bot, right? So we're giving them a reason for why they need to hop on a call, right? Because you're saying to them that, do you have time to jump on a meeting later this week so I can set up the bot correctly for free because I just need some context around your business. So we're giving them a reason to hop on a call. People are more likely to do things if you give them a reason. That's just basic psychology, right? And then on the meeting, you essentially grab their WhatsApp or their phone number, just for more personal comms, communications, and then you start building the bot, right? And this is where you can outsource this part for $5, $10. You can easily find someone on Upwork or Fiverr who's in India or the Philippines, train them on this process. It should take 30 minutes to build the free lead magnet. It could be a chatbot, it could be a comment automation, it could be anything. It depends on what you're obviously selling. But yeah, the ascension rate from this should be about 10%. So what this means is you reach out to people. It could be in an email format. It could be a call. It could be a DM with the free lead magnet. It could be one element of your offer. And then you essentially should have a 10% ascension rate, meaning that you get 10, which is so easy to do. Like I used to book like 70 to 100 meetings per month using this. Like when I first started, it was crazy. And you can get about 10% of the actual free lead magnet things that you build to ascend to a high ticket, right? So ascension rate is just the amount of people that ascend from a free thing to a high ticket or whatever your funnel is, right? Low ticket to high ticket or free to low ticket. Doesn't matter. The ascension rate is just the amount of people that ascend. So this means that if you can essentially pay someone on Upwork $10 to build the free bot, right, and your ascension rate is 10%, you've now got a $100 CAC, cost to acquire a client, which is insane because you spend $100 and then you get a client that pays you $2,000 or $1,000 just as a setup fee. And then hopefully the LTV or the lifetime gross profit of that client would be like 5 to 10 to 20,000 because you can keep them for month after month because it's a very sticky service if you're placing AI solutions into their business, whether it's a chatbot, whether it's an AI appointment setter. It's a very, very sticky service. So that is crazy. And that goes to show how powerful this is if you can do it correctly. Now, give or take, this won't be 100% accurate, right? But my point is that even if you can spend $500 with this method to get a client, that is still very good because it's like getting to like 10K per month, right? It's purely sales and marketing. That's all you need to do. However, to go from like 10 to 50K a month, you actually have to have a good product. And the better product you have, the increased lifetime value. So that means the longer a client stays with you, right? And obviously the greater lifetime value, the more you can pay to acquire a client. But most beginners don't realize that they have to pay to acquire clients. And that's just part of the game. You either pay with your time, so sweat equity, you actually sending DMs, you spending your time getting people to know who you are, which is just top of funnel, right? Or you can pay with money. So either time or money, right? But most people just don't do either, and then they just don't get enough in front of enough people. But this is a great way, and this is just step one to book more appointments. You essentially, just have a free lead magnet, which is a part of your offer, because you should have multiple services within your offer, and you offer it for free. Make sure it's something like easily like replicated, because if you actually provide something way too in depth, then it's going to take too much time, and then obviously this will increase. So it'll be like 1,000 or 2,000 or even 5,000 to acquire a client, which isn't worth it. Well, I mean, it depends on how much you charge. If you charge 50,000, it would be worth it. But that's just a quick school of thought. But so now let's get into step 2, right? Which is unique follow-ups. Now, do you want to lose 80% of potential appointments? If you do want to lose 80%, then don't do follow-ups. Like when I started, my beliefs were completely wrong around follow-ups, right? I would think of them as annoying. I think they would piss prospects off. In reality, that may occasionally happen, 5 to 10% of the time. However, would you want to hire someone who wasn't persistent? Imagine you were hiring an appointment setter and they didn't do follow-ups to try and get you to work with them. It's like you're not doing your job properly. If I was going to hire someone, I want to hire them based off work ethic over talent, because talent and skills can be developed. Like how they actually act as a character cannot. So my point is that I hire people based on persistence. And if you aren't doing follow-ups, then it shows that you aren't that persistent. So yeah, like let's get into some tactical advice, right? But that's just a quick belief change that you need to have in terms of follow-ups show persistence rather than annoyance. But in terms of, yeah, tactical, like most prospects get annoyed because it's the same boring follow-ups that they get, right? So instead, just as, some inspiration, you can do story replies. You can reply to your prospect's story with a compliment saying that you love this, and then just, bump up the message above to get them to see it. And yeah, you can comment on their post, you can give them a compliment, but most importantly, do at least 5 follow-ups. 5, yes, for cold 5. Like, you need to change your beliefs, because how you think has gotten you to this stage in your life. So if you want to get to a different stage, you need to change your belief. Just around everything, to be honest. That's why I'm not a big fan in beginners trying to think and make decisions, because your beliefs are so wrong. It's better for you just to take action, and then you can know if it's right or wrong once you have data. So example 1, just some follow-ups. So you'd reply to their story saying, love this, I've got 1 to 3 demos, 1 to 2, 3 demos left. So if you want to get it built, then let me know. And once again, use terminology that is familiar to your niche, right? If you're working with 60-year-old real estate agents, you would not use this language. Just as a pointer, you would use what is familiar to your clients, right? Or your prospects. If you're working with, let's say, service providers like coaches who are 20 years old, you can use this language. Yeah, this is just another part of the follow-up. So you say easiest way to get more meetings, and you don't pay until it works. Just hefty risk reversal. Humans hate risk, right? If you get $100, you'd be happy. If I take that $100 back, you'd be double as unhappy, right? That's a literal statistic. So humans hate risk reversal. Example 2 would just be, hey, have you seen this yet? That's a really good one. Example 3, yo, would you be totally against this? So we're kind of going to the extreme. Would you be totally against me setting up this thing for free? Probably not. So we're just trying to get them to have a maybe in the back of their head. I'd hate to keep messaging you about this, so just let me know if you're not interested. Something like that. And that is step 2, right? So if you do the free lead magnet part and you delay gratification, where you build something that's easy to replicate for them for free, which may cost you $5, $10, $50 even, doesn't matter. You're going to get a lot of people to send, and obviously you have their WhatsApp, so it's just a great way of doing that. And if you do follow-ups on this, so it's free, which means you've got a good offer. And then finally, if you understand applied psychology, so assuming you're doing volume, like minimum 100 people per day are seeing your offer, and if 100 people a day aren't seeing your offer, then that's the problem probably. But if you're assuming you're doing volume and the free limited time offer isn't working, there's only going to be 1 or 2 reasons why this could be. And it's because you don't understand your market. You aren't resonating. You must use familiar language and terminology to how your niche speaks. So also understand where they hang out. So what language do they use? Where do they hang out? And just, general resonance. So if you're messaging like fitness coaches, it would be a smart idea to have your Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever you plan on doing outbound on, to essentially have a profile that would resonate with them, right? It could be you in the gym. If you're working with doctors, go to a doctor's office and take photos. Just resonating indirectly, which is through your profile, is a great way of doing about it. And then in terms of resonating directly, that's actually through direct response, right? Which is just either paid ads or just outbound, where you're telling them to book a call. So those are just a quick tip. And the underlying factors for all 3 of these steps is lead quality, because no matter how good your free limited time offer is, it will not make a difference if the lead quality is bad, right? If you're messaging someone that's been messaged 1,000 times before, or even 100 times before with similar offers, it's never going to work, no matter how good your copy is. So that's just a quick tip, is lead quality is by far most important, and your position in the market, right? I can sell anything because I've built the brand that has allowed me to do that, right? People would buy it because of me. And if anyone's going to give you money in life, it's because they like, know, and trust you. So hopefully you found this video valuable. It was a quick one. I'm going to be dropping more valuable videos over the next few weeks, essentially. So make sure you do subscribe. I think I'm dropping every other day on this channel. So yeah, a bunch of content coming soon. Hopefully you did find this valuable and you learned something at least. If you did, just like and subscribe. That's literally all I ask. Maybe put in the comments what videos you want next. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy and have an amazing day.